In the summer of 1979, Wollaton Park in Nottingham, England, became the center of an extraordinary and mysterious event that would capture the imagination of both locals and paranormal enthusiasts worldwide. The tale of the Gnomes of Wollaton Park remains one of the most intriguing accounts of fairy-like creatures in modern folklore, largely because of the credibility of the witnesses and the consistency of their reports. It all began on the evening of September 23, 1979, when a group of children, aged between 8 and 10, ventured into Wollaton Park for an innocent evening at play. The group included schoolmates from the nearby street, John's primary school, and among them were Andrew Pearman, along with his friends Patrick and Tom. As dusk began to settle over the sprawling park, the children claimed to have encountered something utterly extraordinary, a group of gnomes. According to the children, the gnomes were tiny, no more than 2 feet tall, with distinctive red and blue clothing reminiscent of the traditional gnome depictions from European folklore. What set this sighting apart from typical fairy tales was the addition of miniature cars. The children described these vehicles as resembling bubble cars, small and rounded, with a comical appearance. The gnomes, they said, drove these little cars around, engaging in what seemed like a playful chase. The children's descriptions were remarkably detailed and consistent. They noted the gnomes' pointy hats, their bearded faces, and the laughter that emanated from them as they maneuvered their tiny cars. The cars, despite their miniature size, moved swiftly and effortlessly over the park's uneven terrain. The children watched in amazement as the gnomes drove around a large oak tree, disappearing and reappearing from behind it, seemingly enjoying their own game of hide and seek. When the children returned home and recounted their experience to their parents, their stories were met with skepticism. However, the consistency and earnestness of the children's accounts compelled their parents to investigate further. Upon returning to the park the next day, no trace of the gnomes or their cars could be found, yet the children's stories remained unwavering. The case took an interesting turn when the parents decided to consult Marjorie Johnson, a noted member of the Fairy Investigation Society. Johnson, who had spent years documenting fairy sightings and had a reputation for her meticulous approach, interviewed the children extensively. She found their accounts to be consistent and credible, with each child maintaining their story under scrutiny and showing no signs of fabrication or deceit. Johnson's investigation concluded that the children's sighting was a genuine encounter with what she termed fairy folk. Her report, detailed in her later publications, added a layer of legitimacy to the children's fantastic tale. The incident garnered attention from local newspapers and sparked interest in the broader paranormal community. Several factors contributed to the believability of the Wollaton Park gnome encounter. Firstly, the children were considered reliable witnesses due to their age and the spontaneous nature of their testimony. Their stories remained consistent over time and under questioning. Secondly, Marjorie Johnson's involvement lent credibility due to her established background in investigating similar phenomena. Lastly, the specificity of the details, such as the gnome's appearance and the peculiar little cars, provided a vivid picture that was difficult to dismiss as mere imagination or a hoax. The Gnomes of Wollaton Park incident remains an enduring mystery, captivating those who are drawn to tales of the supernatural. It stands as a testament to the intriguing possibility that our world may still hold unexplained wonders and that, sometimes, the most unlikely witnesses can bring the most extraordinary stories to light. Whether one believes in the existence of gnomes or not, the story of the Wollaton Park encounter continues to be a fascinating chapter in the annals of modern folklore. That just about wraps up tonight's tale from Lorehound. Follow us as we sniff out more of history's most interesting stories.
As the hound dog entered the dimly lit library, he sensed an aura of mystery surrounding the ancient scrolls. The dusty shelves towered above him as he sniffed his way through the labyrinth of books. Suddenly, he picked up a scent and followed it to a secluded corner. With bated breath, he approached the shelf and pawed at the book, revealing the hidden scroll. As he rolled it out, he knew he had discovered a treasure worth protecting at all costs.